Hello, this is Graham, and today I am doing an overview of IFTTT SEO Academy version 2 by Semantic Mastery. I've been fortunate enough to be using the IFTTT training by Semantic Mastery now for over a year. I first discovered their training back in February 2015, and it has now become an everyday part of anything that I do online. I don't do anything now without this being the fundamental part of my SEO, whether it's websites, whether it's affiliate marketing, whether it is YouTube videos. Everything starts with an IFTTT network. I've been involved in a lot of on and offline training over the years, and I honestly have to say that the training delivered through the guys at Semantic Mastery is probably the most in-depth, honest and on-point training that I've received for anything. Really kind of structure my business and all my online activity round about the training that I received through Semantic Mastery. Like I said, I first started with Semantic Mastery when the first version of this course came out. Since then I've upgraded through their masterclass and into their mastermind. What you will get within this training, it's not even really just training, it's a system. It really is. Bradley systemizes this whole process step by step. So it really it gives you the option that you can complete the work yourself and build numerous networks, or you can hand this training or you can then instruct a VA to complete the network builds for you. The training covers every single aspect. There's nothing left to guess or to work out. It is a step-by-step process. Now what I'll do is I'll jump over into the IFTTT SEO Academy version 2. So this is us in the dashboard for the training program. So it's broken down into a couple of different course modules. You have your updates, your setup, your accounts, your IFTTT, advanced users, bonus live stream training, bonus advanced RSS training, and advanced link building and creation of embeds, playlists, and more. Just kind of quickly running through the kind of overview of this. Updates, obviously there is a number of Web 2 properties within IFTTT networks, and these change on a regular basis. So you can see this training has only been produced this month, and already there's 3 updates to the training. So the fact that this is now going to be updated on a regular basis really will make an absolute massive difference to yourself. It takes the guesswork out of a lot of this. So jumping back into the first part of the training, and within this section here, I found this kind of eye-opening. I've been working online for 10 years, and man, I was naive. I never knew any of this stuff. I never really paid much attention to all this kind of stuff. I used proxies, but I never used CCleaner, and I never controlled my browser in the way that kind of Bradley shows here. And now I'm CCleaner and a host of other things I'm doing 4 or 5 times a day now, thanks to this training. So that's the kind of setup to get your browser set up properly. There's a number of other steps that you need to do for your browser. Once you've been through that here, this is the kind of bulk of the training. You have an option when setting up your networks whether you're going to create a persona, which would be a person, kind of third-party view on your activities, or you set yourself up as a branded network. And I use both of them on a kind of regular basis. You then go through, set up your email accounts, set up your Google properties. There's a couple of wee kind of golden nuggets in here how to get through that. Obviously you've got your powerful WordPress and Gravatar profiles. Tumblr is still valid even though it's had the recent updates. Twitter, another thing about Twitter, Twitter's always become a lot more popular since they've started sharing a lot more of their data with Google. And the guys at Semantic Mastery actually recently bought out a Twitter SEO Academy, which was actually fantastic. It's an awesome training program, and the level of again detail and instructions within that training is really good. You then kind of move through your kind of bookmarking, your storage sites, Buffer, which you use for your Google Plus account, your Bitly, and then your IFTTT setting up. They've also got a number of kind of optional accounts that you can set up on top of that as well. And then in the number of years that I've been doing SEO, I mean, I have set up bloggers and WordPress in the past, and I've set them up as a single web page. I put some content on it, I put a link back to whatever I wanted to rank, and I left it and I walked away. And I've still got some of them ranked now, and they're 3, 4, 5 years old. The interlinking parts that Bradley takes you through really is a fantastic element of the course, really, because we're now moving into semantic web and Web 3.0, where there's data centers, there's a lot of interlinking, and the fact that all these different properties within our IFTTT networks are interlinking within each other, it really kind of cements the authority and gives us a much more powerful network. This is it's a massive chunk of content, and what it'll do is it really breaks it down to the absolute step-by-step instructions. There's nothing left for you to try and work out on your own. It's covered in this training. It is a system, start to finish, right through from point A to point Z, step by step. The information is there. You follow it, you build a strong network, and it's really going to help you. I'm sure you've heard the expression before about pioneering the arrows in the back. Don't be that person. This course will tell you everything that you need to know. There's nothing left for you to work out on your own. This will get you started. So this is us now moving into the IFTTT part of the course, where you set up your account with IFTTT. And this is where you find out about the different recipes and how to set them up in the safest and the most effective way. There's basically two different types of triggers. One is a YouTube trigger and the other is an RSS feed trigger. When setting these up, there's the way that IFTTT works is if that, then this. So if there's a trigger on your YouTube, there's an action on your Blogger, your WordPress, your Tumblr, Twitter, etc., etc. So this is setting up the networks, and this really allows you to. This is where the automation comes in, where it's you set it and forget it aspect, and that's what I really like about it. I can now log on to a number of YouTube videos, upload a video, and within 5 minutes, that video more than often will be ranking first page of Google, and it's maybe went through 200 properties. And all I've done is uploaded it through either live stream or through just a basic upload. So that's this kind of section here, highly recommended. It's really that section is going to automate your SEO and take a lot of pressure off you. The advanced section, this is where it's going to look at tiered networks and how to deal with that. So that basically, it's for blog posts and websites it's not recommended. For YouTube you can really go to town on, and it makes a massive difference having this done. This is another section, this is a new section, and it's how to use IFTTT. So what they're doing here is looking at different ways in which it can benefit the user. So whether you're doing online reputation management, whether it's PBNs. Now the thing about PBNs is, as we move further and further into the semantic web and Web 3.0, it's not, PBNs are losing value because the content doesn't update. There's no social signals, there's no activity around it. So by putting an IFTTT network around it, doing a little bit of blogging, that will keep your PBNs powerful. As I said before, podcasts, video marketing, bloggers, social media managing, and e-commerce sites. When I looked at this the other day, these weren't on, so I'll come back and have a look at them later on. So the other two bonus sections for IFTTT, there is live stream sites which aren't part of the network, but they're very powerful and deliver a very good content. This here itself is an absolute fantastic bit of education, and I can honestly say I must have watched this on version 1 about 10 times. This in itself is worth the money, to be honest, just for this part of the course. This will revolutionise the way that you look at RSS feeds. Personally, I would say that this 8 videos alone is worth your purchase price of this course. It will transform the way that you look at RSS feeds. I'm not going into much detail on it, but it's a sensational little bit of course in itself, and I'd highly recommend taking the time to go through it and implementing it. I think that's the problem with a lot of online marketers, they don't implement the material found. Another two bonus sections is the advanced link building, which is part of a webinar, and I remember watching this webinar a good couple of months ago, and it's a sensational webinar and highly recommended. You're going to get a lot of value out of that. And this is the embed playlists and video creation webinars as well. And again, this is a great kind of course in itself. So that's the end of the overview of IFTTT SEO Academy. And my personal views on this is that you really, if you're doing any type of SEO, any type of reputation management, video marketing, then this is a course that you really need to be taking the time and going through it. Whether you go through it and you just hand off the course to a VA, then that's absolutely fine, and that's actually what's recommended within the course, that you don't spend your time building these networks, because they are very time consuming, but they are powerful. I think the training that the guys do, the Semantic Mastery, is sensational, and I'm happy to support that, and that's why I'm doing this promotion. I'm not really a big affiliate marketer or do a lot of these kind of promotions. I'm more just a user, just kind of giving an opinion on it, and I hope you find it useful.